Well, I don't always locate in induction, but when I do it correctly. Let me show you. Today I want to talk to you about induction. And oftentimes we don't actually use induction for two main reasons. One is because it's not used correctly, and two, it's because the potential to spill off and light up a whole bunch of other utilities and to differentiate between the two can get pretty difficult. So let's touch on how to use it properly, how it works coming out of the transmitter, and then what I'll actually do is I'll take you outside and show you a couple tricks that I do to help using induction and make it a little bit easier for you. So let's get into that now. So I've got my receiver set up here and I've got it turned on. I'm in 83 kilohertz, and I'm going to show you how the induction mode works in the range of our current transmitters and one of our older 5-watt transmitter that there's still quite a few of out in the field. So I'm going to start off with our Loc 3 5-watt transmitter, and this will also apply to the 10-watt transmitter. It's going to be the same. So your induction comes out in the orientation of this handle. So what I would want to do is line this up in the orientation of my utility. And I will have virtually no signal coming out the sides of my transmitter just in this direction. So let me show you. So I'll turn the transmitter on without any leads plugged in. It's automatically going to go in induction mode. I've got this tuned to 83 kilohertz. So you can see I'm now picking it up with my receiver. As I rotate this around, the signal doesn't change, it stays the same. Turn it to the side, it drops off. Again, my receiver's right here. So it drops off and I'm not picking it up. Same thing as if I spin it around the other way, I'm not picking it up. Okay, so there's no signal here. Where there's signal on the ends, I rotate it around, it's all going to be the same. Now we'll shut that one off. One of our next popular induction transmitters is the 810 transmitter. And on this one, there's a little image on the top, and it is in the orientation with those lines. So I'll turn it on. This one only is in 83. So I'll start here, I'll rotate it around, and it's virtually the same as I rotate it all the way around. Turn it to the side, it drops off. Turn it to the other side, it drops off. Okay? So that's our VM810. Now the next one, which is a very popular transmitter out in the field, is our previous version 5-watt transmitter. So this one here, the orientation is going to be in this direction with this big label. So if I hold this up, I'm going to get signal, a little bit less signal. It drops off because it's shielded from the batteries a bit, comes back up, and most of my signal is actually coming out of the top of the transmitter. If I turn it sideways, I've got nothing. Turn it sideways, I've got nothing. Okay? So that's our 5-watt transmitter. Now, our little 1-watt transmitter, this is out of a VM550 kit. So I have 83 kilohertz. So it is in the orientation of this band right here. There's also a little label on there that shows you the induction. So as I rotate this around, doesn't change. Go to the side, drops off. Go to the top, drops off. So all of my signal is coming out in this orientation. Now, let's step outside and I'll show you some tricks that I use when I have to do induction. So here we are outside with our transmitter. I'm going to show you a trick here for locating this dip on this hydro pole. Now, I can't get around this with a clamp. I can't pull this U-guard off. So one trick to do is to lean the transmitter up against it in induction. But what you want to make sure that you do is not have that transmitter pointed in the same direction that you think you're going to be locating in. Because all you'll do is just end up just picking up your transmitter. So what I like to do is I take the transmitter and I think that this dip here on this side, this drop is going to be feeding the building over here. So what I'll do is I'm going to take my transmitter, and remember it's coming out of the handle this direction, coming out this way, and very little to none is coming out the sides. So I'm going to take the transmitter and I'm going to place it off to the side like this. So I'm going to place it off to the side like that, and now I should be able to do my locate relatively close to the transmitter without it interfering. All right, and now I can locate out this service all the way to the building. So that's just a tip on how induction can work for you and help you out in situations where you can't get the U-guard off to get a clamp around the cable. Just take the transmitter, lean it off to the side a little bit from which direction you think the cable is going to be going, and it'll help you continue and do your locate. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to leave a comment on other videos that you'd like to see us do. Thanks very much and have a great day.